Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders here. I know obviously this is not a whiskey night at all. This is a National Margarita Day. Granted, it was a couple of days ago, but I'm close enough. So, I was going to start with a margarita and then drink some tequila because why not? All that good fun stuff. So, as usual, a little late, so busy, lots of stuff going on, but typical for this on the course here. All right, add some salt because salt's delicious. Prior to the show, I had used some of this beautiful agave nectar. Of course, you want to use the good stuff. I like the Trace Agaves brand personally, which is nice. Agave nectar, though, it's quite good. It's tasty. So, you got that. You got yourself some beautiful margarita salt. I like the Master of Mixes. Beautiful thing here. So, hey there, Andy. My favorite margarita is whiskey. See? Exactly, Andy. It's the best kind. You make it with whiskey. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Obviously good times there, which is pretty hilariously funny. But and obviously, you get of course your mix. I like this Scales margarita mix because it has zero carbs, zero sugar. I appreciate that. So, and it's there's not a whole lot to it, which is perfect. Not a lot of crap in it. So, there has a little bit of salt. I don't know what the heck the rest of it's made out of, but it's fine. Says skinny dipping without a scale tipping, but sure, I think that sounds great. We'll see what chemicals are in it. Who knows? Let's see: water, citric acid, natural flavor, potassium citrate, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, sucralose, gummer, yellow 5. Ooh, I guess it's about to be banned. Soybean oil and whatever bromided soybean oil is. So, I'm sure it tastes. Hey there, dog. Good to see you there. I have not tried the UR Bigger. It's a throw to affordable community. Oh, I heard about it coming out, but I've not tried it. I know Donald was there for Booker's Night, which was a blast over at Brian's House Pit Face Barbecue. So that's always a plus, which we really appreciate. So if you guys didn't get a chance to check that out, unfortunately we were missing batch 2, but there's a whole story. If you go watch it, you can find out all about that. So put the lovely mix in here. And then we'll put some, sounds like a gas station hamburger. There you go. Eureka is a gas station hamburger. That could be. You never know. Or then I like to use this Hornitos 100% pure agave because I don't know a ton about tequila. I'm not pretending to tell you I'm some expert because I'm remotely not. There are lots of people that definitely know tequila. I'm not one of them. The best one was the rye little book. That thing was stellar. The Bookers were okay. The reserves were okay, but the that little book with all that rye in it. Oh my gosh, I think it was amazing. I did for others. I know I brought a stir rod up here. See if this is good yet or not. I did not use any mixing things, and I just don't care because it's 10:30 and I just don't care. It might need more tequila. Most likely, it does. Yeah, it needs more tequila. Oh, also needs. I also like that agave syrup to it to give it a little bit of nice, little extra sweetness to it, which is always fun. Good times on that. More tequila is always a blast. There we go. More tequila. Uh-oh. This thing's almost gone. I guess we should just finish it. Well, that's the end of this bottle. This bottle I think I bought in about 2010, so I guess I need a new bottle of Hornitos at some point in time. But I do like this. It was like $22. Pretty good for, it's old. That's 100% agave, which is the stuff that doesn't make you sick. Whereas one thing about tequila, if it's not that, it's usually about 80% vodka, which is like regular Jose Cuervo. It makes you have a horrible hangover and why it's so cheap. Now, if you really want to have something that's disgusting and will hurt you, tastes great in a margarita, but will hurt you is Montezuma. Montezuma is about $4 a bottle. So really good stuff, Your mushroom, and Brian's Barbecue and Booker's. It's probably the right choice there, Donald. But unfortunately, there was no barbecue that night. It would make me sad. Trying to convince Brian to make some meat brownies for Saturday. We'll see. I don't think it's going to happen, but I figured can't I just say, "Hey, Brian, you want to make us some meat brownies?" If you guys don't know what that is the burnt ends that he makes that are absolutely freaking phenomenal. But yeah, if you guys haven't had it stuff, it's at pitfacebarbecue.com. He has catered a couple of our events at the castle. He did our Highland Park and he did our opening. Just fantastic, fantastic meats. So we love all his stuff. But yes, we had charcuterie board, which was really good. Don't get me wrong. I need to order some up from Brian. I'm sure he would appreciate that. It's all good. So, but he was telling us about some of his beautiful cooks, though. So, yes, there is a tequila tasting coming soon. It is going to be on May 4th, which is, of course, that's going to be it's the day before Cinco de Mayo. We have a Tierra Nobles coming with 6 different tequilas. So that should be a lot of fun. Look for more other spirits coming soon. What's the big thing coming up? Obviously, another reason I want to do is Margarita Day is Texas Independence Day, of course, is on March 2nd. But we'll be having our Texas Independence Day event March 1st at the castle at 7 o'clock. I think there are 3 tickets left as of right now. So if anybody wants one and doesn't have one yet that's here, you should probably buy them because they're probably not going to be there after tomorrow. So just letting people know that there's seriously 3 tickets left. So I would not count on them being there much longer. And I just put out more information on it today. We added Milam and Green, so they got added to the event as well. So there's going to be 7 distilleries. We're going to have Andalusia, Balcones, Bent, and then we'll have Milam and Green, Iron Root, Still Austin, and Real Spirits. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of good educational things are going on there. Get to try a bunch of cool stuff you hadn't had before. And get to hear from some people that are passionate about whiskey. So it should be a lot of fun. So it'll be kind of a festival / masterclass format. So you'll, instead of having one distillery, the front of the room that usually obviously talks, that's how it usually set up. We'll kind of have it set up like booze, but each distillery will have a time that they'll talk about their products and you'll be able to try them at that time. So it should be a lot of fun. Obviously we'll have food because, food is always good. As well to soak up all the good things. But yeah, that's there's that going on. So that's been really fun getting that ready to go. And as always, there's always the last minute kinks, but that's all good. We've good help coming as well. So I appreciate all our amazing volunteers that help to make these events happen. So that'll be good. And we have some extra staff at this one too because it's going to be wild. So because one of the reasons I can order more stuff is for work. My boss loves my smoked pork loin. I use the pit face barbecue. I went, oh. French off with a maple apple and beer sauce. That sounds delicious, Donald. If the day comes that Donald gets down here, we're going to definitely have to make some amazing food and drink some really unbelievable whiskeys. We'll open up some really special stuff when Donald comes here. I guarantee you on that one. We'll find some things around here that have never been opened. I'm sure it'll be quite good. Yes, Eric did finish level 3. Eric finished level 3 in December. So all 3 of us are level 3s. I probably need to update the website. I bet I haven't done that. I didn't even think about that. I need to go in and do that. But thanks for reminding me, Andy. Appreciate that. Hey, John. Good to see you there. But yes. So we got all that stuff. Let's see. So I don't know for sure. I went to a really awesome tequila Teeling tasting on Friday night. So I know we definitely have Teeling coming up soon. We're trying to figure out dates with that. That was a lot of fun. Got to try the very first whiskey finished in Swedish oak, which was the Wonders of Wood, which is the number 3 for the Teeling pot still. So that was fun. Of course, the first one being the Chickapin and then the Portuguese. But yeah, this was Swedish oak, so that was really cool. That was really, really good. We also got to make a couple of cocktails during the class, so that was fun. But that was a good class. But yes, we'll definitely be having Teeling out. But I did get a phone call on Friday. I don't know for sure if we'll make it. It depends on. It'll definitely happen this year. Just not sure it's going to be when we want it to be, or if it's going to be later this year. Depends on the marketing budget and all that fun stuff for the company. But hopefully by next week, I can tell you who that is. And it's another really, really big name. But it should be. That's one of my favorite people in the industry. So I'm hoping that we can make that happen for you guys. It should be a blast. And the man who's teaching it is one of the best, one of the very best in the world. So I'm certainly hoping that, yeah, he's definitely one of the world's renowned brand ambassadors. So I'm really hoping that we can get that fair. But like I said, it'll happen no matter what. Just can't guarantee the date, so I don't want to say who it is yet based on that. But had a really great conversation with him on Friday. Let's see what else happened. This has been a very busy last few days. So our buddy Andy, of course, Noctis, it opened up, which is of course our retail partner in Hearst. So if you go check out Noctis, their new spirits and wine store, just the grand opening. They have lots of really great allocated stuff. No, I did not buy any because I'm not a dick. So that's all there for everybody else. But yeah, he had all sorts of good stuff. My gosh, he has more Buffalo Trace than I've seen in a store in a very, very long time. So if you're all looking for Buffalo Trace, Andy does have some. They also had lots of Weller, and of course the alligators on the day of. He had all sorts of cool E.H. Taylors and Blantons and all sorts of other cool stuff. So, but he had a lot of great things. So we did that for 4 hours on Saturday. It does not. Then we had, of course, Booker's Night, which, of course, is our annual tradition over, like I said, at Brian's house. That we tried everything except for number 2, since unfortunately that didn't make it because of some issues. But such is life. We'll get to try it at some point in time. Maybe even next year we'll add it to the lineup. Who knows? But it'll be funny. We did that. Let's see. Then we went on Sunday. We had a wine pickup party over at Silver Dollar, so that was good. They introduced their brand new Montepulciano, a brand new port, brand new what was it? It's a Tornado, which I think was a Viognier. I think it's a Viognier, if I remember, something like that. I could be wrong on that. I have to look it up. Anyway, and then a Monteverde. So lots of good stuff. What's the top 3 to 5 bookers of all time? Man, I wish Brian was here to answer that question. I mean, number 1 is by far Big Man Small Batch. That's probably number 1. Probably number 2 is probably Oven Buster, which is another fabulous one. Third one, what's it called? Oh, it's got a T-bone on the batch on the label. That's probably the third, but I'm trying to remember what the heck that one is. That one's really that. You want some newer, better ones. Now, granted, this is still going to all be prior to 2020. It's going to be like Kathleen's batch, Backyard Barbecue, Beaten Biscuits, and Country Ham are some of the other really good ones. But top 3 to 5 all time, definitely those other ones are definitely better. Oh, I think it's Center Cut. That's what it is, Center Cut. Those were all just ridiculous of the ones I've had. Now, I have had a chance. It's something no one will ever unfortunately get a chance to try unless they know someone. We did have a friend that brought the old ones that were basically given away as gifts by bookers. I did get to try one of those. That's the best bookers ever, but that's not something anyone can ever get. At least you can trade up, and find an auction. Big Man Small Batch. Oh my gosh, that is 10 years ago. You're right, Andy. That's crazy at this point. Holy crap. You're right. It's terrifying when you think about it. That was 10 years ago. It means we've been doing this shit too damn long. Like I said last week, it's celebrated our 6 years, so that was a blast. Obviously, that was a very long stream. We'll not be doing that this evening for obvious reasons. All that good stuff, but this is delicious things. But yeah, this is I like this little beautiful margarita here. But yeah, that's for the bookers. That would be definitely the best ones. I mean, like Bluegill was really good. What else? That Blue Knight was really good. But these are all older ones. These are all like 2015 to 2017 batches. Those are all pretty damn good. I'm trying to think what else. Top of my head. Yeah, then there's been a lot of really shitty ones the last 5 years. Unfortunately, they've just really not been great since 2019. And like I said, there's a couple really great ones in 2019, and then really been pretty much crap since. So there was a little bit better this year, but still not the quality that I was hoping for. But except for that new little book, oh my gosh! If you get a chance to find that thing, I think it's like I want to say like $180, worth every penny. Buy it. It was phenomenal. That's probably the best. That's the best little book they've made since number 3, which is all the older small batch collection put together. So that was that. So that was good. So I found out I have a lot of tequila, and some of it's good. Some of it I brought out to show you and not to drink because I know it's garbage. But I thought the bottle's fun. Is it what? Uh, um, Infinite. I don't know. We tried that one though. I don't know. I think is that what it's called? Is that you talking about the little book? It might be what it's called. I don't know. All I know is it was the new little book and it was a bunch of ryes and it was really good. Now, if you want to try something really bad, but you want to take this to a college party and be a big hit, this is one to bring. We call it Vodkila, Red Eyed Louis. Because I'm pretty confident by the time you're done with this thing, that's how you're going to feel. So this is a mix of vodka and tequila. Now let's see. It says it is a ultra premium vodka with super premium tequila with multiple grains and distilled 6 times. Even pure blue agave plants. Sure it is. That's why this thing is $20. Don't buy it. I made this mistake of buying this, I don't know, probably like 2017, something like that, 2018. Oh, it's a cute little bottle. How bad can it possibly be? Controlled bleed of alcohol. Yes. Oh, this? Yes, this will definitely ruin your world. Yeah, I'm not drinking that. But I'm sure that we can always have someone. Yeah, it's definitely a bargain. Like I said, it is the drink of champions at college parties. Like I said, they will get blackout on it, and that's up for them. Like I said, fancy bottle. I mean, in all reality, should probably cost about $5. This is like one of those, all you can drink in, like Matamoros or one of those, border towns that you should not go to anymore. Yeah, those are poor decisions of college. So made that mistake one time in ROTC. Went down with 4 people from ROTC. We went. What the hell was Acuna? We went to Acuna, which is about 3.5 hours south west of San Angelo, just on the other side of the border. $10 all you can drink. That is not a good idea. Now, when you're a 18-year-old college student, that's a great idea. I still don't think I've ever thrown up that much in my life since then, and was throwing up the next day. There was and then we went to multiple bars for $10 all you can drink. This was a bad, and you got a bracelet, so you can go back and forth. Super fun. That's right, John. Like I said, in any content, of course, 18 is the drinking age, obviously in Mexico. And as a stupid American, that was a great choice. It was not. But yes, for anyone at 21 plus in America, yes, any alcohol contents will do. This is a great one to start with to learn why you shouldn't do these things. But, like I said, to each his own on that. Now, we're obviously going to drink some better things this evening. Now, not everything amazing out? No, because I probably don't have anything that's like going to be amazing. I've had some really great stuff. I don't have any of those things, which is cool. The Compass Box use really, I did not see that, Andy. The Compass Box CEO is stepping down. Yeah, there's some things I've heard on the inside. Unfortunately, it's not going great from what I'm hearing. Unfortunately, which sucks because as you guys know, Compass Box is one of our favorite brands, and we'll be having them at the castle. They make great stuff. Unfortunately, you were bought out by a private equity firm. You don't no longer have John Glazer there guiding the beast, as you want to call it. You also don't have access to the Diageo barrels anymore. So you just don't have what you used to have access to. Not that the whiskey's bad, because it's not. It's just not what it used to be. And unfortunately, also, as we know, the whiskey market is turning. So it's not great. And that's not even just whiskey. It's alcohol in general. Even tequila's not doing great right now, but it is what it is. Let me guess. Notes on back say drink hard and later pray hard. You know, John, I think that would probably be a safe bet. It would be funny. You know, it also it's funny you say that. There's actually a couple of bottles that they don't make anymore, which I don't think I've actually they're what the hell are they called? They're a triangle shaped bottle. They have the Virgin Mary in them, but they're a couple of different types of tequila. I forget what they're called, but yeah, they got all sorts of crap as they should have. And so I've never opened them because they're worth money now. Because and the whiskey's actually, sorry, the tequila's actually good in them. But they had to definitely change the bottle because they got a lot of bad press for that one. Ooh, the new Peat Must for $100. That's a good price, Andy, because it was 125 last time, or 130. $100 is probably worth it. I haven't tried the new one, but probably be worth it for a cask strength for $100. You know how it says after going through additional filtering, the blend is ready for your pleasure. Oh, I'm sure it is. Macerated at high temps to preserve a perfect blend. Yeah. Ew. I don't need a freaking horrible headache. I'm good. But you know, it is what it is. All right, so let's see. So probably of these, this is probably maybe this one. So this is also another. This is a discontinued brand. They got sued because, as I think one of the basic things of tequila is, it has to actually be made in Jalisco, and this is not made in Jalisco. And the fact that it is tequila and spirits distilled from grain. Uh huh. So yeah, this is the Key brand, which I think it was based out of Fort Worth at one time by the mysterious Key Company. Um, Unfortunately, yeah, they're gone. So this says the Key is rare natural grain spirit distilled from a 500-year-old secret berry family recipe. Key fuses with our 100% blue agave tequila and unlocks a deep and rich flavor and remarkable smoothness. Enjoy tonight and experience the legend. But anyway, they got sued, so this is also a bottle that's no longer allowed. So yeah, I think this is now this bottle. God, I got this bottle probably like '08, probably something like that. Like so, this is another old one. Like I said, as anybody who's been to the castle or been to my house knows, it's like a museum on a lot of these things because I have probably haven't poured this bottle in 15 years. So we're going to see if this is how this is. Hopefully this isn't awful. I don't remember. It's been a long, long time. Ooh, that smells like vodka. Like it's super sweet smelling. That is not great. Yeah, you might be right, John. This might be Mexican Everclear. Okay, it smells almost like vanilla and vodka. Weird. So it tastes. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, okay. So it's almost all vodka with like on the finish a hint of tequila. Oh God, Meryl, I did not know better back then. Oh Lord, I don't even know if I could fix that. Another one, really great to give to your college friends. I'm gonna just start the dump bucket over here because I am not drinking that. That's nasty. Yeah, Mexican avocado. I'm gonna go with that, John. That's correct. That is gross. Ooh, okay. Thoughts on Rasalila? I'm not, to be honest with you, Andy, I'm not 100% sure what that is. Is that some other type of tequila or some other whiskey I'm unaware of? What is that? All right, so that's a hell no. I don't blame you. The problem, though, and I agree with you, don't. Low end tequila does not do well, and especially if it's not 100% agave. It's blue agave. It's just not good. Now, this one is 100% agave. Now, this isn't any great now. Now, this is 1800, which is, look, this is not expensive. I think this bottle was like 35 bucks, and I bought this shit. This bottle's got to be at least 10, 12 years old. For my brother in law. My brother in law loves this stuff. So, okay, Andy, I'll look at it in a second. But what we use it for, it does make really good Long Island iced teas. So, and I am a big fan of Long Island iced teas because they're delicious. And I grew up on them, so they will always have a special place in my heart that I thoroughly enjoy. But do not use crappy freaking sweet and sour mix. Use good sweet and sour when you make a good would make a good Long Island iced tea. As Don says, most tequila is worse than a low rent gin. You couldn't, you know what? That's totally possible. And to be honest with you, you're actually probably right in reality in quantity and volume, Donald. You're probably right. Okay, at least this smells like tequila. Yes, it's a Blanco. Obviously, the Blanco is obviously the silver and, all that fun stuff. Unaged tequila. Or this is the it's double distilled for a cleaner, smoother feel, as they say. Now, I do actually really like the Reposado Añejo 1800 is actually pretty decent. Okay, so let me look what Andy's text is here. Let's see what we got, buddy. I am unaware of what that word means, so I'm going to look at that. Oh, okay. It is a distilled origin in the southwest part of Mexico, of Velasco. Like tequila is a product of the agave. It is a traditional beverage with about 300 years of history, protected by the origin. It's a real flavor from spices of agave, characterized by soil climate. Now, is this available in the States, or is this only available in Mexico? I've never even heard of this. I've never seen it either. Now, granted, I also wasn't looking for it, so that's not fair. I don't know. I'll have to ask people that actually do know. So I'll have to ask Chris. Chris would know. If he's gotten it, I'd love to try it. So, love Tapatito for tequila. Okay. There can be a slight percentage of additive in some cases, but not like a Canadian 9%. Interesting. Yeah, it was interesting, when Dr. Don was here learning I knew the Canadian 9% was a thing, but learning from him why was super interesting about that Canadian deal. Long Island iced teas were what I used at 19 versus of having a fun evening with a date. Exactly, Donald. That's my favorite. I used to make them in college all the time for our buddies. It was great. And the ladies loved them. God, I remember one of my buddies was here. God, it was probably at least 10, 15 years ago at this point. And he was here for a party. He came with some other people. And he says, I guess him and his wife were here. And she says, I was like, look, I'll make you all an iced tea. You'll have a great time. You'll love it. And her husband calls and says, best guy ever. It's like, you're the best. I'm like, I'm glad you had a good night. He's like, it was the best. I was like, yeah, they tend to do that. Now, the funniest thing was I made a couple of those. Like I said, we grew up with these, my parents are from Long Island. So I've made these for years. Ours are really, really good. So I'll never forget, my wife's cousin was here, her husband. He's like, oh, I'm going to tea. I was like, okay, so I make them. I turn around, it's gone. I'm like, oh shit. Now, when I make them, there's generally about 5 to 6 shots of alcohol in these things. Then he goes back and he's like, another one. I was like, okay, that's going to be it. I turn again, it's gone again. I'm like, all right, great. So now you've had 12 shots. Super. So in a matter of minutes. Yeah, he didn't do so good. Because I'm like, you're not supposed to shoot them. That they're not shooters. But, hey, some people learn the hard way. It smells like cheese has been available in the U.S. since 2020. Okay, I'll give it a whirl. If somebody wants to send me a sample, I'll give it a whirl. All right, it doesn't smell terrible at not. It's not bad. It's got a little bit of the tequila bite, but meh. Like I said, I'm dumping most of this stuff tonight, guys. Just because it's late and I don't want to drink all this crap. Okay, so I think that gets us away from the stuff that's really not good. I don't want to try to pull, like I said, a couple of them for shits and giggles. The rest I bought with decent stuff out. All right, so let's see here. So I did bring this out. I'm not going to drink it, but just because I love these guys, our buddies over at Old Smoky. This, of course, their beautiful margarita. This is their moonshot. This is the strawberry mango version. Actually, really good. I even got Will to enjoy this one. But I check out the reviews. We did the regular one and this one. If you like a flavored one, it's really good. But I'm not going to get the lid off of this without the gripper tonight, and so I really don't care. But it is really good. So if you do want a pre one for $20, it's quite nice. It will get the job done. Let's see. So yeah, after you've had a girl vomiting on your bed, after a long iced tea, caused me to vomit up my Caesars. I bet it did. The smell in the room was awful. Thankfully it was us after festive. Oh yeah, thank God. That's not good, bud. But long island tea is also my brother-in-law's favorite drink. So he drinks a lot of them. So, which is good stuff. All right, so now let's go to things we actually want to drink. Probably the first place. Let's start with this. The Espolón, which is a Reposado version. I have the silver. Now I know back when Shay was on here from Wildcard, which is of course owned by Campari. She actually helped design this tequila, so that's the only reason I even own it is because of Shay. So, and Shay is great. Shay works for Blue Run now, but let's pour a little tiny amount of this in here. But from what I remember, this was decent. But it's God, that was 2020. So I haven't poured it since 2020. So let's see if it's anything good or not. I don't know. Not quite TV commercial reality, but left. Yeah. Not good, dude. That doesn't smell bad. Doesn't smell great. Still kind of sweet still. Now this one is 100% pure agave. So this is going to be better stuff. I think that I want to say this thing was fairly inexpensive. It was like $25, I think, for I remember. Still not anything great. Like I said, I was not planning for these to be amazing. But it is what it is, and it's for entertainment value anyway. That's why there's this margarita here, and it's beautiful. It's kind of like Red Stripe beer. Drink it, and it makes you beautiful. That's so much. So my favorite commercials as a kid was the Red Stripe. Beautiful. Now you're ugly. Beautiful. Ugly. Great marketing. And the fact that I still remember that commercial, 30 plus years later? Pretty great marketing, man. All right, so let's go to this one. Now, this is one I actually got. Now, this is a replacement bottle at this point, but I had a friend who was Jesus that went to Mexico and brought me back an original bottle of this. This is it. This is an añejo version. But he had given me a reposado at one point. But this was 100 años, which is, of course, 100 años is years in Spanish. But this is pretty good. This wasn't super expensive when I remember. Now, it does have the really fun, kind of reminds me of like a Buchanan's cap or one of the cheaper scotches. Little cap. Hey, Dwight, good to see you there. Splash, if Splash in order is good, Marcus. I would agree with you, Dwight. That is definitely a good choice. Yeah, we'll have to see what. I assume we're gonna make margaritas when the tequila company comes in May, but I don't know that for sure. But I'm hoping that, or they're gonna make something else. But I guess we'll see. Since it is Cinco de Mayo, I would think margaritas would make sense. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, lots of fun things coming up. Just got to get dates nailed down. Like tons of companies have reached out, so I've got more meetings. I got 2 meetings later this week with brands and. What is this stuff I had? I got this. I'll grab it here for a second for you guys. I think I showed it to you guys last week. I can't remember. The was it Morrison or something like that? Ranch was pretty good out of was it Washington? When your top 5 Texas distilleries rank 1 through 5 right now, man, that's. I mean, I'm not gonna say we'll order 1 through 5. I'll say one's. It depends. Like they all make amazing things, but I mean, just from what's really good and what's been on the market. Obviously, we all know I love Belconas, I love Iron Root, I love Andalusia. Those are probably my top three and have been. That's not new to you guys. Those have been the top three for a very long time for me. Obviously, still Austin's really amazing. So of course, the Real Spirits is really good. But there's a lot of really great stuff. Bent makes awesome stuff, and granted, most of Mile Grams is Texas mixed with Kentucky and Tennessee, so it's a little bit different. Now, Lona would have been up in there today, so they're not making production right now, so I can't include them anymore, unfortunately. But one of the good things is we did decide with all these Texas distillers, anyone who's coming is also going to come back and do their own master class, and we're going to have some fun with some of them. One of the funds I'm really looking forward. So, Real Spirits, now as you guys know, also owns Real Ale. So we're actually going to do a really cool class there for the master class. It's going to be we're going to do a beer tasting and whiskey tasting that night. So it's going to be really fun, and then see the whiskeys that are then made with take those beers and then they make the whiskeys out of those beers. So it should be really fun to have. And they're sending their like beer expert to do that one. So that's going to be really fun to do that class. We got approached by a port company, so that should be fun. Looking forward to that. There's a lot of really cool shit coming down the pipe. So that's the good news for you guys. So my grandmother was on a cruise and had a margarita and was like, "It's fine." She went and had a double gin martini after that. It was like, "That's better." She's probably not wrong, Donald. Like, this is fine. Now the funny thing is, a lot of these I bought, like, I don't be honest, most of these things are close to 10 years old at this point. Maybe they're 8 or 9, but the mass majority of these, and they're fine. There's none of these are high end for the most part. I've had really great stuff. That's just not, you can only focus that so much damn money on one thing. So I focused on whiskey, as you guys all know. All right, let's see here. Let's do okay. So here's a good one and good stories too. Now, part of what fun, as we know with any spirit, is the stories. Was Centrino. Now, these are not the original bottle; they're long gone. Now, this is a Centrino Rosa Angel. What they do is they age it, but then they add hibiscus to it. So it's this interesting, a little bit like a pinkish hue to it there. So it's just a little bit different. I don't know too many brands that do that. So it's interesting. But the funny story about Centrino for me is, so, God, I was probably, I don't even know I was 21 yet. Maybe I just turned 21. But I remember being with my parents at the base, and usually Centrino is about $50 a bottle at the time. And they're on special for $20. I'm like, yes, I would love one. So I remember us getting our first Centrinos for like $20 because they were just clearance them at the base, which was great. So yeah, that was really nice. So fun story for me. I appreciated it. And they make pretty good damn tequila. The double gin martini are now known as Marwonis. Okay, that's funny. Hey, Greg, how you doing? One night we'll do that too. We'll do a martini night, guys, and we are going to get into a lot more spirits now. I think that's important because we are, like I said, we're getting pushed by vodka brands, gin brands. We are going to do a Western Sun night. Have definitely confirmed that and Western Sun's going to be really cool. So as you guys know, we've been good friends with Western Sun for years. Now they make great vodka. They also all of them are flavored, but they use real fruit. They're not gross artificial crap. Really good stuff up in Pilot, which is about an hour north of us. So they're going to come and teach a master class. But on top of that, it's going to be a cocktail class and a distillation class. They're going to actually bring in a mini still and let us distill that night. So it's going to be a really cool class. And that's going to be May or June. We're just trying to figure out what date we want to do. Since vodka is really good for summertime. So I think we'll probably do that either late May, early June. So I'm really excited. They also are laying down whiskey, guys. So they will have some whiskey for you guys to try. So it's going to be a really cool thing. And like I said, we're really good friends with Westerns, have been for years. And they're awesome, awesome people. And you guys, they've been on our stream 2 or 3 times. And they're just great people over Western Sun. So that should be a blast. So looking very much forward to having them out to do that. Because we were like, because they asked, like, do you want us to do a trust? And no, I actually want you guys to do your own night. Just because, we have enough whiskeys and all that stuff. But since you guys are an awesome vodka company, let's do a really great vodka night. So that should be a blast when we have them out. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so let's pour the. Now that's the old school bottles. This is this shape. Now the newer bottle, for whatever reason, it's funny. They still had these curls on it, but then they took it to a wine shape, and I don't know why. Because this is before the glass shortage, as far as I know. But yeah, this is their anejo, which is pretty good from what I remember. But I guess, like I said, all these have been poured in a long ass time. Or as you can see, they were poured like once. Let's see here. My mother considers stirred a drink of uneducated plebes. Oh, that's funny as shit. That's pretty funny. Doesn't smell bad. Doesn't smell bad. The problem for me now is going back to these tequilas years later, after having had really good tequilas. These are not great. This is not a bad tequila. Don't get me wrong. It's not. But is it great? No. Okay, so let's go then to. This is a great budget brand. Tres Agaves. Tres Agaves is really nice because it's just simple, it's easy, it's all 100% blue agave, and it's just really good, clean tequila. So this is Tres Agaves. This is the Reposado. Yeah, the beer to bourbon should be a lot of fun. So it's actually going to be beer to single malts, and they'll have single malts, but then they'll also have. It's really cool the way they do it. They have a wheat whiskey, a corn whiskey, a malt whiskey, and single malt. So it's really cool. So they take each of those beers and turn them into a whiskey. So it should be a fascinating class on that. And then we're also going to get some classes where we're going to do ports and sherries, and then do the scotches and stuff that are finished in those. So we've got some really cool shit coming down the pipe. Like I said, just got dates. I've met with all these brands, and I'm really excited to present those to you guys. Hey there, Jason Coates. Good to see you there, buddy. Hopefully next time, bud, you have longer in the DFW airport to come see me than a couple of hours for your layover. Hopefully next time we can get to hang out for a little while, which I'd love to do. That'd be great. Because I owe you things anyway. That way we can self-select. And then you can take them on for a fun adventure. That's better. I like that. I remember this being pretty inexpensive. This is like $30, which is not bad by any means, But yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about these. I'm not gonna pretend to say I'm some expert in this at all because I'm totally not. See, thing is, all flights out of Manhattan connect either through O'Hare or DFW, so I'll be there. But again, perfect. See, Jason, that works out perfect. Just did a Canadian, right? But yeah, exactly. We had to apologize. That's correct. I need to reschedule myself a 6 hour. Yeah, 6 hour layover would be perfect, Jason. That way you can Uber over, we can hang out, you can try some, we can try some stuff. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah, it would definitely probably be your most fun layover ever, be my guess. But it would be good, and then send you back in the Uber back to DFW. Says when I used to drink them, they were painfully dry. Waved the vermouth cap over the glass with gin, and all of them was good to go. So no shaking or stir needed. Greg, I like the way you think. God, I remember it was my Aunt Dolly. So it was at my cousin's wedding. I was 18 at the time. I guess she was drinking. What was she drinking? Dirty martinis. Oh my god! And of course, as 18, you're like, I'll take whatever the hell you can give me because I'm gonna get fucked up. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think I drank several of them within an hour. That didn't end well. Let's just put it this way. I think I puked a river of vomit outside of the resort. It's fine. It's called stupid 18-year-old things we do, but it happens. Okay, 12 hour. Okay, fine. 12-hour layover in Hawaii. That probably didn't suck. You've got a point, Jason Coates. That's true. I'll settle for number 2. But basically, a glass of ice cold gin. There you go. I do like a good gin. I do like a good gin. Yeah, that's a gin kind of. Obviously, I know Don and I are big fans of the Whitley and Neal. We actually are trying to get Whitley and Neal to come, which would be awesome. That's one of my people we're trying to bring in would be them. So that'd be a fantastic gin class. So we are looking forward to that too. Okay, so let's move over to the Anejo Trace Agaves. We've only got a couple left. Yeah, that's probably about right. See how this is. The one bottle I really wanted to have for you guys is a bottle of. I have them. I just want the hell of done. Well, you guys still prize, as you guys all know. There's still like 1,500 bottles around here, so still kind of a bitch to find shit at times. Because the problem is I've moved shit to the castle. I've moved shit all over the house, and now I don't remember where crap is. So I've got the entire. The hell is it? The Noble collection of their tequilas, but I don't know what I did with them. But I like their Hoven, which is a 105 proof single barrel Hoven that I got. It's really good. Don't be uncivilized. Oh, that's funny. All are hateful things. I love all. I like to eat olives on their own. Like I like to get a Mediterranean meal. I like to have a side of olives, the Kamalva. I like the whole different types of olives. I love olives. They're, now the weird thing is for me when I was a kid, till I was about my early 20s, I was allergic to it. I'd break out in horrible hives, but then eventually I just grew out of it. Thank God, because olives are delicious. Whitley Neal makes me feel like a Pentecostal believer revival. Oh, dude, Whitley Neal is so freaking good. And if we can pull that one off, oh, dude, I'm going to be stoked. So excited. And most of them are olives. That's funny. Oh, that's too funny. No, because I know for our anniversary, there's a really great Mediterranean place near us. Hey, Big Vic, good to see you there. If you guys don't know Big Vic, go check out Big Vic's channels. Awesome dude. Are you going live tonight, Big Vic? Because I know I'll be done here pretty soon. If you are, we'll send them all over to you. I feel like we're just hanging out somewhere. There you go. But it's all good. No. I do like all. But anyway, yeah, so we're at a Mediterranean restaurant for our anniversary called Cafe Medi over in Hearst. Actually, it's 2 doors down from Noctis. So, which is cool about this place, it is a BYOB. So you can go over to Noctis now, buy your drinks, and come over to Cafe Medi and drink. So, but I love like we buy this platter there. Now it's a ridiculous thing. It says it's for 2 people. It feeds like 6. This platter comes out, guys. It must be. It's got like a 4-foot fucking platter. The thing's absurd. It takes up the whole fucking table. The food is, and it's like every like little different type. It's like 10 different types of food. It's all just beautiful stuff. It's such good things, though. Okay, so that's better. All right. So let's put now we're gonna stuff that's actually really pretty damn good. Now, this is Corazon. This is the Reposado. Now, this is a special crown. Corazon I fell in love with. Actually, I have my original bottle. Let me grab it for you guys. Just for, you guys know I like all this nerdy ass shit. So I have my original bottle of, let's put this now. Granted, this is about 2004. My first good bottle of tequila. Actually, I got a couple over here now. I don't know if they still make this. So I have an original Man in Black plot of tequila, which was of course the old Kinky Friedman stuff. Now I don't know if they still make this. It may be long gone now, but I remember that being pretty good. Now, granted, this is 2004. Now the other bottle I remember for that time period. Hold on, I got to move some crap. I'm gonna break some wine glasses. Let's not break wine glasses tonight. I really don't want to. In fact, I can't replace these, so hold on. I got those down in Fredericksburg, which is apparently now the #2 wine destination in America, down in Fredericksburg, Texas, after Napa Valley, which is insane. But cool. They make some great wine and some wine that should be, drain poured. So anyway, in a liquor store, Holiday Depot, back in 2004, had started drinking the Hornitos, introduced me to this beautiful gem. Now, this is old school Corazon. Of course, Corazon is heart in Spanish, but I love this bottle. It is a sexy freaking bottle. I was so sad when they went to these instead. Now, this is actually a single barrel, which is kind of cool. So this is a single barrel Corazon that's finished actually in a Blanton's barrel, which is pretty cool. So we'll see how it is. Dude, I don't know, Jason Coates. I was just reading about this yesterday. That apparently, because the people of Fredericksburg, which is just an old town. Fredericksburg was established in 1846, so a year after Texas became a state. And it's an old German farming community, and I like it. Of course, my mom's side of the family is German, and of course, my dad's side is Bohemian. So, and we grew up, as we talked about, eating foods like that. So I love those kind of things. So, but they're talking about, unfortunately, the prices are going way up. They're calling it like the new Aspen, because they said like every week there's like 30 private planes coming out of there now, and there's just crazy money, which it's good and bad, because good for business, bad if you're a long-time local, because now your prices, your taxes are going crazy. So it sucks, but it is what it is. Speaking of Pentecostal revival, Sam Kinison was a Pentecostal minister when he first started out. Really? I did not know that. All right, so this definitely smells way better. Now, like I said, I love the old Corazon, but yeah, this single barrel Blanton's nice stuff. Smells really good. That's pretty damn good stuff. Oh, dude. Yeah, so Jason, okay, so Fredericksburg alone, it's called the Two Nuts. So there's a highway that runs from Johnson City on the east side of town to Fredericksburg, called the 290 corridor. There are over 70, no, maybe it's more than that now. Maybe it's 90. I think it's up to 90 different wineries on that corridor. Like I said, some are absolutely freaking phenomenal, like world-renowned winery, and then some are complete dog shit. But that's obviously totally subjective, and we all like what we like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks, Mark. If you guys haven't checked out Northwest World, go check out Mark's channel, another fab guy. Also an amazing guy, and also check out his channel and all that good stuff. And thank you, Mark, for your service. We appreciate it. Mark, you said you go to Fort Knox, right, to do training sometimes. My brother-in-law is be stationed in Fort Knox come June. My sister, and then their kids are all, and of course also my brother. They're moving up there to Fort Knox. So if you do go there, let me know so I can hook you up with my brother-in-law while you're out there. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Like Oregon, my uncles have a vineyard out there in Walla Walla, and so which is really good wine out there in Oregon. Hey, bourbon of the week. I know it's the one time you're gonna. In fact, it's the first time you've seen tequila on this show. So, but yeah, like I said, it was National Margarita the day. I was like, let's have a margarita. It sound really good tonight. And with Texas Independence Day coming up here on the first, on the second, we'll be having obviously on the now. I won't be here on the third, guys, because I got a dinner that night. There's a bottle. It's also a bottle and bond night the third. So I actually got invited out by Diageo to come to a dinner. So I'm gonna go to this Diageo dinner because obviously we love the Scotch that Diageo makes, because that's a lot of good bourbons and Canadian whiskeys and other things in their portfolio. So it's a chance to meet the Diageo reps and get in their good graces. So we'd love to have some Diageo products obviously at the castle, come do some events. So we're going to go out with Diageo that night. It's a good choice. But I promise we'll make it up to you guys probably on Tuesday, probably like at 5. I'll do a makeup stream for you guys, because I don't think I'm going to be back until late that evening. So if I get back not that late, I'll stream. Most likely it's gonna be on Tuesday around 5 Central Time. Yeah, that's a way better tequila. Now the last tequila I have is one of the best tequilas I've ever bought. Now I bought this, I think about probably about '04 as well. One of my best friends, she got into tequila, and so her and her boyfriend at the time were here, and I bought. Now this is still really good stuff, and I actually had some over at Noctis, the a native their own pick of it. Now this is an old Jose Cuervo Family Reserva. Now this is some of the best stuff Jose Cuervo makes. Comes in this cool box. I don't want to drop it because, like I said, this thing's over 20 years old at this point. Now this one is what I've actually drank of. Now I remember us drinking this in my old house at like 4 in the morning, doing this with some beautiful limes, delicious stuff. But I haven't poured this in a long time, so I'm looking forward to having this. I probably haven't poured this bottle in 10 years either. So I'm hoping this is as good as I remember it. Ooh, we're going to stream with Stacy on the March 2nd. We're going to be diving to Irish another level of their. We must. That's definitely going to be a must see. So everybody check that out over at Stacy, which is 4 Leaf, which was actually on her show the other day. I'm going to go back and check that out over at on 4 Leaf. So that'll be March 2nd. Go check out Donald and Stacy. That should be awesome. Speaking of Irish, Donald, you know, St. Patty's Day is a Monday. Now, I figured you might be out partying. If you're not out partying, I'd love to have you on the show, Donald, to do a St. Patty's Day Irish thing because I know we usually get together usually around that time, but I realize it's actually St. Patty's Day that day. So if you're out partying, totally understand. If not, we'd love to have you and do a St. Patty's Day thing with you. And, talk to me like I know age, proof, distillery matters of bourbon. What makes tequila good? So, like I said, I am by no means an expert in tequila, bourbon of the week. Now, this is going to be completely just age makes a difference. Now, obviously, in bourbon, you're looking at you want stuff like 4 to 6 year old. Generally speaking, with Kentucky now and older. Tequila, like obviously this is unaged, but then you have like Reposado is usually about 18 months old, and Añejo is about 3. Now, if you're just looking from a color difference, that's an Añejo Reposado color wise. Now, that matters. The quality of the agave matters. The purity of of what you're using, the distillation. There's a lot of other things, but really, you want to spend a little more money on tequila because you can make tequila really cheap, but if it doesn't say 100% agave on it, it's going to be mostly vodka, and it's going to ruin your world. So you do not want to do that. And you know what? And now, one of the good things about, there's a point there about that, Jason Kitts. And one of the things is, when you're doing really good Blanco tequila, you're really looking at fantastic distillation and really quality agave plants that you're using. Yeah, and I agree. Personally, I want a heavy agave flavor, not barrel. Now, you can do it right. Like some of the like older ones I've had, gorgeous, beautiful, like extra añejos. Like a really good advantage of that would be at a Ditko. I don't have a bottle. It's $100 a bottle. It's great stuff. So I've always hated tequila, but I've always drank. Yeah, especially don't drink cheap, horrible tequila. Don't do it. Spend them. Tequila is you need to spend the money on tequila. You'll find some bargains, but you really need to spend money on tequila. You don't want to get the cheap stuff because the cheap stuff is just not good. And the hangover it's going to leave you with is just horrifically bad. But yeah, so this one should be fantastic. Still smells great. Yeah, this is a beautiful, clean, 100% blue agave. That's just a great, great tequila. Now, this is also not good. I brought by the blackouts. Oh, so you weren't here earlier. I was telling the story, but when I was 18, we went to Acuna, Mexico, which is a border town. Me and 4 guys from ROTC drove down there, and it was $10 we got completely ungodly hammered. Yeah, that was not great. So that's my thing. Do not do so. It's bad. It's very bad. I would agree with you. You know, just I've had some really good now. Also, really big fans of mezcal. Now, mezcal is based essentially it's a smoked agave spirit. Really like it. You also get to think like Pachuga and some other really interesting. You can get some really cool shit that comes out of Mexico that make really, really fabulous spirits. Oh, Patron single barrel, nice. I bet that's good. Patron can be really great and also can be meh. And now, if you go single barrel, that's probably pretty good. Mark, is it at cast strength by chance, or is it still at 80? Because, like I said, the Hoven I've got is 105, and that thing is phenomenal. It's probably my favorite thing ever that I own. Now, I've had some stuff with Chris, our buddy Liquor Hound, that's just ridiculous tequilas that I've got to try with him, and mezcals and just really cool stuff, you know. Because obviously, Chris actually is certified in tequila, and he knows his shit when it comes to tequila, and he can explain to you all day long. So if you want to know about tequila, go check out my buddy Liquor Hound. Go check his channel. He will tell you all about tequila. Like I said, he's certified, and you can learn everything you want to know about tequila. Chris can teach you about it. Yeah, agree, Jason Coates. Exactly. Don't need to get onto it for financial grounds. Thankfully, I have enough really awesome friends that will let me try their really amazing tequilas because I just don't have. Yeah, first of all, I don't need to spend the money, and it's like okay, which is really cool. But and I appreciate all that. Right, John. Right. Buy good tequila or buy good aspirin. Pick one. That's a valid point because oh yeah, there's probably nothing worse than a cheap tequila, because it's mostly vodka hangover. It's awful. Just awful. Like I said, I've never thrown up that much in my life. I mean, we're talking hours and hours and hours you stop drinking. The next day, we couldn't even drive home because one of us was having to pull over and puke out the side of the car. It was awful. It took us forever to get home. But yeah, so I know I pay like $50 for this. Now, granted, this is 2004, so I know that's not the price. I want to say these are like $80 to $90 now, something along those lines. Worth every penny. Really, really good stuff. It's one of the best things Sosa Cuervo makes. But you gotta get the Family Reserva. The Family Reserva it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's great tequila. I had to draw the line somewhere. And apparently that's with Scotch, Irish bourbon, rye, American single malt, grappa, armagnac, eau de vie, and rum. Yeah, Jason goes. I think we have similar problems. Oh, and Indian Taiwanese. Of course, we have to have Indian Taiwanese. Of course, absolutely. Those are also. I mean, if I also, I'll add the Lebanese and Israeli and Australian and Peru and multiple other countries that I've got crazy crap from. So you know, Tasmania, whatever. I mean, if there's a whiskey to be made, I've got stuff from France and Germany and Belgium and Austria, Czech Republic. You know, I get stuff from like if I can find like a Russian one or a Romanian, sure, I'll give it a roll. I don't care. So you know, I take whatever. It says whiskey in it. We're pretty much good. Yeah, Chris is awesome. Chris is the super like been a really amazing mentor for me over the years. Like the dude is brilliant, just a humble, awesome guy. Chris should be there on Saturday as well because if you guys don't know, Chris has an amazing brand called Saints Alley, which is actually made up of iron root. They combine iron root with MGP, and then Chris usually finishes it in some crazy awesome barrels. And Chris buys really good barrels, and he won second best rye in the entire world last year with his Nobleman. I just tried the new Nobleman, fabulous. Yeah, so it is a Total Wine only product currently. So if you do want to find anything from Saints Alley, go check them out at Total Wine. Awesome stuff. Oh, he can't come? Oh, okay. That's a shame if he's not going to be able to make it then. He's usually there. All right. I'll have to talk to him. Either way, I'm sure the Iron will be pouring Saints Alley while you're there, so you should be in good shape if you are coming. Yes, he definitely knows a lot of. I don't think I know anyone else as knowledgeable as Chris on all spirits. I mean, if there is, there might be someone, but I don't know who the hell that person would be. Like, he knows all spirits. And I've had the lucky chance to try just unbelievable crap with him over the years. I mean, the things that can make dreams come true, Chris has. So it's always something fun with Chris. But yeah, super awesome dude, and like seriously, the most knowledgeable people I've ever met on spirits in general. And if you want to know something, ask Chris. If I don't know, I ask Chris because Chris knows. So, which is really great, and it's a lot of fun to be able to text somebody like that, trying to spend hours looking at the internet. Just text Chris; he knows the answer. Makes it much easier. Oh yeah, I know he does a lot of Patreon stuff now, which I get it. Hey, we're all in this to make money. So and obviously, Chris is a way old school YouTuber. He's been doing this since I think 2010. I mean, that's 15 years on YouTube. That's a long freaking time. I think YouTube started like in 2007. So I mean, he is OG. I mean, it's like him and Ralphie or like some of the original guys doing this stuff. All right, let's see here. Don says on St. Pat's, I'm cooking, so I'll be home for a live stream. Thinking like lamb shank with the root veg, some cream 3-star mash. I was looking at doing a custard and apple tart for dessert. Ooh, that sounds good. Man, obviously, if you guys don't know, Don's also an amazing chef. If anyone doesn't somehow know that by now, I'll probably try to make some corned beef because corned beef is delicious. I'll probably at least have some some kind of potato soup or something. We'll make something fun, Don. We'll make a good fun night of it. I think that should be a blast. As you know, we are. I do love St. Patty's Day. We do love the Boondock Saints is a must watch every year for St. Patty's Day. So that should be a great day. Plus, I'll be getting back from judging. Oh yeah, speaking of, I'll also be judging the Texas Whiskey Festival here in a couple of weeks as well. So I'll be down there trying all sorts of fun stuff. So it should be good. And get to go hang out, of course, down at the Wizard Academy and hang out in the vault for a couple of days as well. On top of that, being a Psalm has its advantage since I know the code to the vault. So lets me go hang out in there for a few hours with my wife, who's also a Psalm. So it's a good time. So we do appreciate that, and staying on campus is always a blast. He might want to have a psychotic break. Yeah, I think that his patients eat well, to say the least. So, yeah, that's too funny. That's good. That's good stuff. But yeah, this was fun. Margarita is still delicious. I still like that. So I think I got a little bit of margarita mix, man. That's gone. So I'm gonna need a new Hornitos, but that's all right. Like I said, this bottle's like 15 years old, so whatever. We call that it lived a good life. And in fact, what's funny for you guys, you almost never see these. It's a bottle down on the show. This almost never happens. So we should be thrilled. You guys see a bottle down. It's like a miracle. It never happens. But yeah, so bottle down and tequila, which is pretty funny. So it's all good. It is unusual. Hey there, Chris. Good to see you there in Australia. Good to see you. Sarah Lounge and 85 degrees outside. So Chris, is nice today, 73, but last week sucked hard. It was between 12 and 27. It sucked. And that's obviously Fahrenheit. It was unpleasant to say the least. When I find an old scotch at auction, I don't know anything about it. I will check Chris's shop to see if he's done the review. I think he's reviewed the last 12 to 15 Lefroy carts. That's probably true. And Greg, if you don't know, send me a message or send me an email, whatever, or DM. You can either hit me up at whiskeycrusaders3@gmail.com, hit me up a DM on either Facebook, Instagram, X, on all those. You can send me one of there. Happy to answer it. And if you don't see anything on his channel, I got people can ask, or Chris may send a reviewed it, but he knows what it is, and I can send him a text about it. And I get some other guys that can ask as well that definitely know their stuff. We can find out for you. He's the American Surge. That's probably accurate, Jason Coates. Oh my gosh, they're Bolognese style meatballs tomorrow. Good grief. 40 degrees Fahrenheit here now. It's been a heat. What? I'm surprised. Yeah, that sounds warm for you guys. 40 degrees seems really warm. Now, Chris, you guys are what in? I guess your fall, I guess, is what you guys are in right now. So I guess 85 probably is pretty warm for fall. I guess it could be worse. I didn't tell you this guy's fun story. This is the fun story of the week too. Get this shit. So if I heard tomorrow, so I'm done with winter, was negative 20 last week. Fuck that shit, Jason Coates. Negative 44. No, thank you. No, in 4 days, late summer in Queensland. Okay, cool. So I go to the castle on Thursday. I got a call. Oh, I can tell you this. This is something I can't tell you guys. Okay. There's another brand we're working with. So I got the chance to talk to the founder of JT Milnick. So they're going to come to Masterclass, which is a really amazing rice whiskey from Louisiana. So they are going to come out at some point, either March or April. We're going to figure out a date that works for them, maybe a little bit later, just depending on a mix of other circle with other brands as well. So a great hour conversation. So I go in the castle. It's 52 fucking degrees in there. Obviously, I didn't set it at 52 degrees, to say the least. So I've actually never had the Melnick, but I've had a great, like an hour conversation with it. It was funny. So we're just talking and talking and talking. He's like, man, you ask a lot of like really great questions and know a ton of shit. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of what I do for a living. So it was just funny. He's like, most people just ask like a few minutes of questions and they're good. It's like, you want to know all sorts of cool shit. It's like, so I had a blast. So we had a super nerd session. It was a blast. So I'd like to have him on a stream too for you guys. When he comes, we'll probably stream with him when he comes into town as well. But yeah, he was awesome. Like it was super cool stuff. Yeah, I'll eat a pick. Okay, nice. Now I'm really. It sounds like it's really good. So he's sending me bottles of it. So I'm looking forward to trying it and everything. So it's still summer 89 degrees. Okay, so we had that. So it's 52 degrees. I'm like, why in the hell is it so cold in here? I mean, it was. Granted, don't get me wrong. It was like 14 degrees outside, but still, it shouldn't be 52 degrees. I have it set at 58. So I come to find out that about a month ago, the apparently was a gas leak 2 doors down from my suite, unbeknownst to me, because like I said, we're only open on an only appointment only or for master classes there. So the genius motherfuckers decided that if you weren't in your suite at the time, they take your meter off because hey, you weren't there to tell them it was okay. So my meter, so I sent my AC heat guy. It's like, hey, Josh, come out and check out what the hell's going on with the heater. And granted, this is a absolutely brand new heater. This is the first winter this thing's ever been through, so it's barely ever been used. And he's like, and it had heat, prior. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, dude, your meter's gone. I'm like, what do you mean my meter's gone? So I call the landlord. Landlord's like, yeah, there was a leak, and so I get out there like at 8:30 in the morning. Come out there, Atmos, which is our energy company for gas, comes out there and they're like, I can't figure out which pipe it is. I'm like, what do you mean you can't figure out which pipe it is? It can't be that hard. Trace the damn thing. Well, I can't go on the roof. I'm like, dude, there's like two places to come to stick this meter. There's no way else. So he's like, we have to have a plumber. So I call the landlord. Landlord's like, okay, fine, we'll send the plumber. Plumber comes out, relabels them all. Even though there's apparently already a Sharpie on there with it marked, they were just too stupid to find it. And so then they take freaking giant just to be asses, which I thought was really hilarious personally, and I don't blame them. They took these giant ass numbers and put them on all the pipes for each of the suites. It was hysterically funny. So they did that. So then finally, hours later, they come back and replace it. So now I have a meter and I have gas again. I'm like, this is bullshit. But I gotta make sure and make it work because gas had been off for God knows it was so damn cold. But I'm sure it's fine by now. But it was not a fun day. So I spent 8 hours there on Friday waiting for gas people. It sucked. In fact, my mom would go pick up my kiddo because I couldn't get there. I was waiting for the damn gas people. And then the fact, God, it gets worse. So the first guy comes there. I don't know. He shoved something up in the pipe and couldn't figure out what the hell he did wrong. Couldn't get it out. Has to call 2 more trucks come. Takes 4 guys to fix what the fuck the first guy did. So they finally fixed it. I'm like, what in God's name they did out there? I don't have a clue. But yes, that was my fun time on Friday. But yeah, the Melnick guy is awesome. So looking forward to doing that, to say the least. Wait, you went to Puerto Rico, it was 88, and you came back to negative 22? Ooh, that is not fun, Jason. That sounds awful. Hey, Burbank, do you see you there? Sitting there drinking with a weirdo English guy in Louisville named Alex, who's really into fitness. Oh, you're still with Alex? Awesome. Alex is awesome. Oh, it's so funny. I was commenting his stuff today. He made some comments. Yeah, very cool. I love Alex. Yeah, Alex, you guys don't check out Alex Shaw. Go check out his stuff. He's an awesome fitness guy. We had him on here about a month ago. Brilliant man. We had a really great talk with him. Obviously, this fat fuck needs to lose some weight, but we'll get there. But yeah, he's awesome. Go check out Alex Shaw. He's a fantastic guy. Yeah, if I need any samples, Jason Coates, I'll let you know for sure. That'd be great. Appreciate it. The Patronus are almost 80 proof. Okay. Guess it is what it is, Mark. Okay. I have two first rounds here in January. Oh, dude, but at negative 22, especially, Jason, that sucks. Greg says, you, me, our life, whiskey and debits and credits. Yeah, you're right, Greg. Yeah, as you guys all know, my other job is accounting. So, woohoo. Fun times on that, which I like. It's just fine. I like that too. But obviously, whiskey's more fun. But obviously, that also pays my bills, so I appreciate it. And I work for an awesome company, and the people there are great. I know I'm not just saying that about this because, as you guys know about my old companies, that they were fucking cocksuckers. So, that's a different story. Thanks for putting Bourbon stuff up there. And, but yeah, great. Coming over now is fantastic. Great people. Now, they're one of the places you actually work at, and they actually mean the shit they say, that they actually give a shit about their employees. So, which I really appreciate. They're awesome people. So, I can't tell you the name of it for obvious reasons. We don't tell you who I work for. I'll just tell you we're a franchisee that owns multiple really great restaurants. Let's put it that way. Yeah, this margarita is pretty good. So we go 15 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to go to bed because, I have to work in the morning. It's too bad they don't let you drink at work. Like in the old days, like Mad Men, I'd be much more productive, I think. Also be more fun at the office, right? Yeah, that margarita is pretty damn good. So, like I said, Sueza plot for $22. Good shit for tequila, for a good margarita. Alrighty, so what else? The crazy shit's going on. So what else can I tell you guys? So I know, like I said, we're definitely doing one with JT Melnick. We're doing one with JJ Corey. We're doing one with Teeling. We're doing one with who am I meeting with on Friday? Oh, let me get the balls for you guys. I met this company the other day. They're coming back on Friday. We're talking some more. Cool company. Oh, Frey Ranch. They're coming in October. Yeah, Frey Ranch coming. So we get the founders of Frey Ranch. Oh, yeah. You know what? I was supposed to meet with their distiller. I guess they never got around to it this weekend. Oh, well. Unfortunate. But they were supposed to be in town, but I guess they got really busy. But anyway, their founders are coming in October, so such is life. Or with the weather, that flight might have got canceled, too. I didn't think about that till now with the shitty-ass weather. So I had these guys come out. I met with them the other day. But yeah, so they're going to come back out and talk to me some more on Friday, called Munson Ranch. This is out of, I don't know if I talked to you guys about this. I don't think I did. This is out of Washington. This is between the two, in the valley there, between fields of grapes for Chateau Saint Michel, which is really good wine. So yeah, this shocked me. Really good 6-year rye out of Washington. So if you guys, hey Mark, have you had this at all? You had this Munson Ranch at all by chance? You're up in Washington. You might have had this. Yes, you were correct there, Donald. The old colony was ruined by egoplasm smegma-headed fuckwits. Yes, that is correct. You are correct. Because that used to be a great place to work, too, and then we just got bought out by assholes. So, it is what it is. But yeah, police work for years. I worked there because people were awesome to work with. So, but then, yeah, when you get bought out, shitty things happen. So, yeah, I did find out, and as you guys know, I got laid off from my job. Not, obviously, I'm currently working, but, I got laid off last year. Or I guess 2 years, 23 at this point. When the bank let off, 1,500 people go, and their layoffs was, super fun. But I did find out that my boss there, he left after all the bullshit recently. So, hopefully he's found something better, but that sucks too. But not that I'm really surprised, unfortunately. And of course, someone down from New York, I'm sure knows better. But typical bullshit. But yeah, so this stuff is good. So we will probably have to have do an event with them. Now they're gonna actually have to have more than this. And they do, just that's what they have in Texas. But I was impressed with it. I wouldn't be opposed to doing this in some of their wines either. So I think that could be fun to do it. But I think they said that they'll never release anything that's under 6 years. I think is pretty cool. That 6 years is going to be your base product. That doesn't suck, especially for coming out of Washington. And there's a handful of really awesome, obviously Washington. Obviously we know Woodinville, and we've got Westland. Are obviously your two big guys out there, and then obviously there's a bunch of smaller ones. But good stuff comes out there in general. So we might as well end the night on some a good rye whiskey here. So it's all good for some good rye. We're looking for, but yeah. So like I said, so these guys also this not them, but their importer, I guess would be the best way to describe them, has an amazing wine portfolio. So we should get to do some really nice wines with them too. Like I said, people are asking for it, so we're gonna do it because hey, I mean, obviously you guys know I love wine, I love beer, it has alcohol and I pretty much like it. I think it's pretty simple how that works. But what's fun for us is what I find is, and like I told you when we started the liqueur series, it made me a better whiskey drinker. Because if you can appreciate and find notes in other things, you can now find those in your whiskeys. Now, I don't think that really applies to tequila, but it definitely applies to whiskey. So, I think the things we learned tonight about tequila, though, was get really good Blanco that has really good agave, like a really great agave flavor to it. Only buy 100% blue agave. Do not buy into the crap. It's disgusting. Definitely don't buy Bodgok or this key crap. That's so nasty. They're going to start a business. So who cares? But yeah. And amazingly enough, in tequila, barrel's not everything. It really is the agave it makes, and the distillation process really, I think, is a bigger factor than whereas whiskey, obviously, sitting in a barrel is super important. So, it was fun. For our first tequila stream that I know jack shit about and margaritas, I'll call it a success because why the hell not? Yeah, that is not a bad rye at all. I don't know what kind of rye varietals they're using for it. Yeah, it says they are third to fourth generation Monson ranchers together with the master distiller Brian Morton, who create uniquely crafted spirits. But I like it. Distilled and bottled by Munson Ranch Distillers in Prosser, Washington. Hey, Mark, I have no idea where that is. Maybe that means to you. I don't know what the hell it means. But if it's near you, great. Oh, sweet. You're doing two picks together. What distillers are you guys doing tomorrow, man? I would be, and all I know is, Ben, at some point you need to come down to the castle because we need to hang out. Obviously, I know you live in New York and all that stuff, and it's always awesome to hang out with you online, which I greatly appreciate. But the chance you get to come down here, love to have you and Bonnie come hang out. It'd be fabulous. You can wear a bullet. Nice. Very nice. Now, is this going to be one of the actual bullet distilled products, or is this going to be one of their source bullets? And who are you doing the pick for? I mean, obviously yourself, but I mean, who are you guys doing it with? Oh yeah, just another random thought while I'm thinking about that new 14-year Jack Daniels sounds amazing. Obviously, I haven't had it, but dude, I really want to try that. That sounds awesome. I'll talk about cool. I have to say, for the last few years, oh, barrel outlaws. Okay, cool. Few years, Jack Daniels has to be the most surprising distillery from just major guys to putting out just fucking awesome shit. Like, okay, can we ask the people in Kentucky to do the same damn thing? And on top of that, at a reasonable price point, not screwing you over as far as retail price goes, which I really appreciate them doing that. Yeah, I'd love to have. I guess that's someone else going to ask you. We have contacts. We should get Jack Daniels to come out. Oh, that was Alex. Okay. Obviously, Alex has been to the castle, and he's awesome. Hopefully, we'll see him sometime soon again with his. I know his group. I think we're trying to do something with his group in May, so that should be a blast. So it should be good times. May is going to be a busy month with several groups, which will be good. So yeah, JD's currently the number seven. Yeah, it's funny because I know. Look, we've all of us grew up on Gentleman Jack, regular Jack, mix it with Coke. That's it. Get you fucked up. That's is what it is. Now, which today don't drink that? Hell no. I mean, I'll drink it with. I will drink it with Coke or Diet Coke, whatever, on an airplane. Sure, because it's what's available. I don't give a shit. But if I have a choice, absolutely not. And Gentleman Jack, same thing. Mixed with Diet Coke, it's fine. But if you don't talk about killer ryes, dude, their single barrels for rye and their Tennessee whiskey, oh my gosh, incredible. But then you go to their special releases, the 10, 12, 14s, and you've got their Heritage Barrel, you've got Coy Hill, you have the specialty ryes. I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah, number seven Coke, totally parallel. I mean, Coke and Jack were fucking made for each other. I mean, it was like 1907 when they had that geologist out there mixing it together. I think it's something around that. When the original story goes, there was the geologist surveyor for the U.S. Survey, kind of where the hell was for the government, and that's what. But yeah, hey, it's great, and I agree. 7% rye is definitely awesome, which I totally respect. And the great thing about Jack is it's 7% rye, and it's 80% on the corn for their Tennessee whiskey. It's super, and the fact that it's 80-12, 80-12-8 on theirs, and then that's like but yeah, it's really cool. It's a 7% rye, and it's really great rye. So it's like the Heroes Edition rye. Like I said, it's a Class 6 only military base edition. That's some of the best ryes I think I've ever had. I love those things, and they're $56. You can't beat it. Holy shit! Camelot Farms putting out a 17-18 year bourbon. Let's take pardon. MSRP 200 a bottle. That's not bad considering the 14 and 15s were about 150, 160 a piece. Okay. I will be up game to try it. I don't know if I'd spend $200. Mostly because I don't want to spend $200 because I spent too much money in my life in general. Tequila barrel pick someday. I mean, if we found enough people to go in on it, John, sure. Like I said, this tequila barrel pick. Now, what I would find more interesting, John, than that would be now, I will say this. Tequila barrel finish single malt, like Balcones, is fucking awesome. So that I would be totally in on, would be a tequila finish single malt. That would be amazing. It says, I saw, were, still are, they're still on the shelf. Okay. Sooner great, yeah, Barton. Yeah, agree. All right, I'm going 3 more minutes, guys, then I got to get off and I got to go to bed. All that good fun stuff and clean this shit up tomorrow because that's what we do around here because I just don't care. I don't care, but you know what I mean. So, it's all good. Oh, actually, I can confirm for you, Donald, that's true. I know that because I heard it from because I know it because Dr. Don told me in person to my face, so I know that's true. That there's definitely a 50-year coming out. It's not going to be this year, but there's definitely a 50-year coming out. I guarantee you that right now. I don't know what year exactly, but he told me to my face it's definitely happening. So if anybody hasn't had the 42 year and you do have a chance to find it, it's like 300, 350 for a 42 year. That's ridiculously cheap. Do buy it. It is the best. It's probably the best Canadian whiskey I've ever had. It is absolutely phenomenal stuff. There you go. Oh God, Jason Coates, it's hilarious. It's at 51, Unit 51 to commemorate the Canadian status of the newest state. That's hysterical, Jason. I love it. That's funny as shit. Oh, that's too funny. So you've got 3 minutes and I'm done. I've heard my wife say that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Greg, haven't. Well, you guys have all been here long enough. You know the night she's yelled at me. It's like, get the fuck off there. It's time to go to bed. Wah. You know that's not how that is. So, oh hell yeah, Jason goes. I have, and I do appreciate that, my friend. That is a fantastic button. So it's funny. You mentioned the 35 year. So Dr. Don, at about I don't know, maybe 1:30 in the morning. It's like it was two. It was really late. Dr. Don says, "Okay, so drunk Dr. Don is now going to sign your bottles." I had him sign the 35. So yeah, no, I've drank probably about maybe not quite a quarter of it, probably a little bit less than that. Maybe a fifth. It's great stuff. Yeah, I do really appreciate it. Listen, and now it's signed by Dr. Don, so it makes it even more special that we appreciate that greatly. Yeah. But yeah, he signed it for me. He's like, yes, Dr. Don will now sign drunk Dr. Don will now sign all your bottles. I'm like, awesome. Yeah, he like I said, they always say don't meet your meeting heroes. A lot of times they say no. Dr. Don was everything you could ever ask for, and then some. And he will be back at some point this year. He's already we text on a regular basis. He's dude. He's probably one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life. Like he is everything you could ever ask for in the whiskey nerd world. He's just so freaking cool. Yeah, so we're probably about the same point then. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be getting a 50 year. There's no doubt. Because we'll think about this too, Dom. What's the chance we ever get a 50-year-old, anything else in general in our lives that's remotely affordable? There's not. I mean, if I try to buy a 42-year scotch that's not independent qualities from the name brand, it's going to cost me multiple thousands of dollars, minimum, maybe five figures. No, thank you. Dude, the dude is so normal, Jason Coates. He's my favorite person I've probably ever met in the whiskey world. He's the most normal guy you've ever met. He's cool as shit. And just hangs out and just drinks with you. And he's awesome. The fun some of the funniest God, some of the funniest shit with him was like he's like, this shit is bad. And he just fired on the floor. Is like, it's like almost like the hell's his name? Richard Patterson. So he's like, yeah, this shit's bad. And he just takes the glass and just fires this shit on the floor. It was hysterically funny. Because he comes off that way even on camera. Again, respect. Dude, the dude is just so cool. Now, the sad thing for me in that day was so early in the day they were training RNDC reps, which is a Republic. If you guys are, I know other countries, it's a distributor here in Texas. They have no idea. And he's going through this amazing PowerPoint, all the awesome shit about Canadian whiskey, and I'm just like, this is the greatest shit ever. And uh yeah, and these young girls, they're probably like, I mean, they're 25 max. They're probably younger than that. Don't realize they're sitting in the presence of a fucking legend. And he's explaining this stuff to them, and they're like, I like to sell buzz balls. I'm like, you're so stupid. You're sitting in front of one of the greatest whiskey ever. And you're talking about buzz balls. I'm like, if I was Dr. John, I would have strangled all of you. I went to the 35 to three of them. Can't say you're wrong, Donald. Can't say you're wrong. It's pretty great. But it's like, it was just like, you gotta be kidding me. You have no idea who you're sitting in front. It's like some dumbass kid sitting in front of Babe Ruth or Nolan Ryan having look. What does this old man possibly know about baseball? It's just as ridiculous. It's like I mean, just it's like oh my gosh, you're sitting here screwing around and he's showing you this amazing stuff. You should be taking in like yes, yes, we're not worthy, like fucking Wayne's World, which is a great movie by the way. Yeah, yeah, of all the places, right, Donald? Yeah, Jason, exactly. Like I said, and I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, we'll be getting some cool stuff from him. But yeah, it's pretty cool when he messages you on like New Year's and Christmas and shit. It's pretty great. Doesn't suck, and I can ask him any questions I want to know. So, which I really appreciate. Some random shop in a town has people. Oh, it's funny. It's funny you say that, Jason. I know it was a different part of Wisconsin. It's kind of like in Door County, Wisconsin, that we were in that crazy town of Egg Harbor. 200 people live in this town. A great fucking liquor store. I mean, I think I sent 2 cases home. It was like, okay. The funniest part was this was Act 7 Midwinter's Dram. This is what, 2020, and they've got it literally 20 cases of it. Who the fuck has 20 cases of anything that's not like vodka? You have 20 cases of Midwinter's Dram? How? Why? Like, I don't know. I'm like, can I buy more than one? They're like, you can buy fucking one's a case. I'm like, you are shitting me. Because at home, of course, you can buy one and good luck finding. And a store might get a case. They've got 20 on the shelf sitting there stacked. But yeah, they had all these old compass boxes. I mean, I bought all sorts of great shit. They had Caribou Crossing single barrels, which it was a master distiller picked by Harlan Wheatley single barrel Caribou Crossing. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you have this? It's just funny. You find an Old Potrero pick? That's crazy. In the Dells, that's too funny. The Watch was in Hudson, right on the river across the MSP. He was still not a big town. That's wild. Or being that, like Jim Russell sent love to the cat because that's 75 years of being a wild turkey. Oh, yeah. Because Jimmy's that guy. That's funny. Too funny. Yeah, I guess Jimmy's probably the other guys on my list of things I really want to find. Or, to find meat. There's only a handful of distillers that would actually like give a shit to talk to. Jimmy would definitely be one of them. Ooh, I definitely want to try that JP Weisers 28 since that is not available in the US. That is a now. Hey, when I know that Dr. Johnson, you guys are getting a different version of the 24. You are getting a 24-year version in Canada. I don't know when you're getting it, but hopefully at some point. I love that Bobby and Sam's last year. That is a valid point, Jason. That you're right. All of us that have been around here for a long time, that Bobby and Sam's lasting legacy will be that picture of Jimmy. That's true, because that shit's hilarious. Yeah, that is a valid point. Yeah, he's on the list of guys that I'd love to meet in person. Like, there's only a handful. Like, I would really like to go hang out and just bullshit with. He is definitely one of them. There's a few other guys. I love to go hang out with like Greg Snyder. Super. If you guys haven't seen the show with Greg Snyder, this is about 5 years ago. Go check it out. Awesome dude. That's been in the industry for like 45 years and he knows Jimmy really well. In fact, he's the reason that Russell's Reserve exists because of Greg Snyder and Jimmy getting together and shit. So check that out. I like to meet him. I'd like to meet Julian Van Winkle III. I think it'd be really cool. Um, yeah, like I said, there's a few of the guys I'd like to really meet. The rest, whatever. It's all good. So, oh, there's something with the children. Who knows? Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Jimmy's known every great distiller since 1960. There's no doubt. I mean, yeah, obviously he knew. And it's funny. Now granted, this like I said, 1960. Um, the Van Winkles with Stitzel Weller and stuff. I mean, their shit was flooded. There was also horrible shit. Wild Turkey went over there and helped them out to fix all their crap. It's wild. Yeah, Brian Nation would definitely be cool to meet. I'd agree. I would love to meet him too. You know, we should reach out to keep Charles. Unfortunately, not available in Texas, but doesn't mean we couldn't bring him in. I'd love to have Brian Nation come down here and talk. That'll be awesome. Brian Nation's, yeah, that'll be cool as shit. Yeah, he'd be cool. Like there's the other handful that have just been. I would like to meet Dr. Bill. Dr. Bill would be really cool. He my triumvirate. I've had Dr. Don and Dr. Nick Savage, who is also unbelievably amazing. If you don't, he's the Bladnox distiller. He used to work in McAllen. Yeah, Dr. Savage is also freaking brilliant. Yeah, there's like I've been very lucky in this business to meet some really cool ass people. Like Mark Fridgerson for Highland Park, a legend in the ambassador world. Just some true legends had a chance to meet, so which is really great. So, but yeah, like I said, I'd like to meet. Obviously, Barry Crockett would have been a cool one to say the least, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Obviously, um, shit. Wouldn't we all like to meet the original George Smith? I think that'd be pretty fucking cool from Glenlivet. Obviously, he died, 150 years ago, but would still be cool. It'd be interesting to see what those guys have to say. But interesting to see what they say today. What do they think of today's industry? But we'll never know. It would be really cool. Oh, Jim McGill would be cool. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. Jim McEwen. Yeah, I'd also like to meet. What the hell's his name? Over at Glenn Farkless. I think he'd be fun to talk to. You want to meet the family guys. That's the guys you want to meet. You want the families. The corporate ones, whatever. I don't give a shit. The family guys, the ones you want to meet, the one to talk to. So it is what it is. But great stuff nonetheless. So, all right. I guess I should probably go. All right. So, like I said, if you guys haven't bought tickets for March 1st, go check that out. Obvious things. Our beautiful Independence Day for Texas should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. Should be fun with our 7 distilleries. Check that out. Like I said, next week we got that event. So I'll probably do a Tuesday stream at like 5 to make up for Bottle and Bond Day. So otherwise, we will see you guys all next week. And if I see you at the event on Saturday, fantastic. Otherwise, we'll see you when you guys come to town. Cheers.